What's up, guys? Backup News here with the Fosters, Season 4, Episode 5, 40. Okay, so this episode starts off with with Lena's parents showing up, and they're kind of um about how Jude's voice is now lower, and Jude kind of says, "No, it isn't," like trying to pretend to be lower. So yeah, so they start talking about where they'll sleep, and he's just like, "You can eat Brandon's room," and they're like, "Where, where's Brandon? Where's Brandon gonna sleep?" And they're like, he's like, "What's the problem? He doesn't live here anymore." And they're like, "Where does Brandon live?" And Marianne's like, with his 20-year-old girlfriend and her 3-year-old son, and Steph's like, Mariana, and he's like, she's getting a divorce, and Dan's like, at least she's getting a divorce. And then she basically just transitioned to talk. Actually, this season has a bunch of transitions. Goes talk with Lena, and she's like, how could you make Brandon live with a 21-year-old woman and her child? And she's an adult woman, and she, yeah, adult woman, and yeah, yeah. He, she's one adult woman, and he's 18, and she's like, yeah, and she's like, and Lena's like, hey, you're gonna invite Court to Lena's birthday party, and she's like, why do I have to invite her? And she's like, cause you're not the one cause why can't you invite her? Cause cause Lena's not the one she probably hates. So basically, yeah. So after the intro, we see Brandon at school, and Brandon is really is trying to get, like, Court Courtney a lawyer for her divorce, and needs like $200. And he's just like, you're gonna you're probably gonna get that until this guy named Tristan shows up, played by the actor who played Jason Blossom on Riverdale. Before he played Jason Blossom on Riverdale, and it's basically like, hey, why don't you take the SATs for me? And Brandon's like, I don't want to do that. And he's like, I can pay you $200,000. So Brandon basically says, okay, cause yeah. So yeah. So anyway. So so yeah. So yeah. So we finally meet Kyle Snow in this episode. And they're like, so Brandon. So yeah. So Brandon. I mean, not Brandon. Aaron's like, hey. So yeah. So yeah, so Aaron's like, hey, for a girl who has a boyfriend, you don't talk about that much. And she's like, cause I'm not the one who talks about her boyfriends, cause he doesn't exist. So, cause you're making him up, Callie. But that's what he's saying, not me. We know her real boyfriend. He's my boy, AJ. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, so they talk with Kyle and basically say that the JJC. So basically, he says that there was a person there named Patrick Malloy. So Callie and AJ, so and sorry, Callie and so Callie and Aaron go talk to Patrick Malloy and go talk to Patrick Malloy, and he basically says that he doesn't know anything, but when I was watching this episode, I was kind of getting some sketchy vibes off this guy. So basically, I don't think he's telling the truth. Got some sketchy vibes, and I know when my vibes are sketchy. I know when I get sketchy vibes off characters on the show. So anyway, yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So Steph goes and basically, so Steph goes and invites Courtney to Lena's birthday party. It's a '70s themed, and they're talking about Courtney's work calls, which we never see her at. We have seen Courtney at her actual job since season 3. It's either the people who wrote the show at the time forgot, or they just don't mind just mentioning it. But anyway, nothing against that. Nothing against the people who wrote the show. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, back to the review. Steph looks at Brandon, looks down, and sees a check that Brandon made at Courtney. Divorce, divorce, divorce lawyer. Took all the money for the divorce lawyer, and so yeah, so Brandon takes the SAT, sorry, and basically that's when Jenna, Stephanie's friend, shows up and says, hey Brandon, hey, but Brandon's not hearing her, or for some reason, like I'd be his lady, but Brandon, no, he was let me, he was so distracted he didn't even hear her. But so yeah, so Lena invites Monty. She invites Jenna's ex-wife to the party with her ex-wife. She invites Kelly, Jenna's ex-wife, and Kelly's new girlfriend to the party, which is kind of like thank you inviting all of her exes to the party, and even she invites, she invites Gabe. So yeah, she invites Gabe because so yeah, so since Mike got Gabe off the sleep offender registry last episode, I forgot to mention it. He talked, because he was concerned about Anna and her sobriety. He called the person who was talking about the petition, and basically got Gabe off the registry, off the list. So thank you, Mike. I forgot to mention that last episode, but I'm mentioning it now. But anyway, yeah. So yeah. So anyway, so for some reason, Lena's mom thinks that her dad having a divorce, but Lena's dad saying that he and Lena's mom are switching. Lena's dad says that Lena's mom says that he's having an affair. Lena's dad says that they're switching their business managers, and it's just like. So yeah, so they basically confront him, and he's having problems with the IRS, and basically he could take loans out of their house. But Lena's like, we've already taken loans out of the house. Like what? For counting adoption, everything else, and yeah. So yeah, so basically he later confides in Dana that he took a loan out he took a loan out of the house, meaning that they might lose their home, and yeah. So anyway, this episode also introduced the Mike Anna storyline, with Anna telling Mariana that she loves Mike and telling not to tell Mike. But you should know one thing about your own kid: that Mariana is a terrible secret keeper. Because basically, she goes and tells Mike later on. So basically, Anna, you basically trusted the wrong person. If you told Brandon that you liked his dad, interesting, he'd be able to keep that secret. But you tell Mariana your secret, and you made the mistake of telling Mariana your secret, because basically she basically goes tells Mike that Anna loves him, and he basically tells Anna that he loves Anna, and yeah, and she basically Mariana is dead to her, basically, yeah, jokingly, but I just don't get it. Anna thought she could trust more. So yeah, so Anna's Mariana so Mar so yeah so after Mariana after so yeah so his so sorry, getting my mind a little confused, but anyway, Emma asked Jesus that she could tutor him again, and basically on the SATs, which makes Jesus think what makes him think that she thinks that he's dumb, and basically, yeah. So he says that his friends with Beth, benefits thing isn't working out for him. So, yeah. So yeah. So anyway. So anyway. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So Jenna mentions to Lena about Brandon took the SATs when she was picking up Garrett. A mention to a character that hasn't been seen since season 1 of the 5th episode. Like you can mention him all you want, but why not even show his face? Like Garrett hasn't been seen since the very first season in the very 5th episode. Like that dude. Like why does he not come back? I don't get it. Like, I guess the show's over by now, but during the airing of the show, why couldn't they ask the actor who played him to return for 1 or 2 episodes? Like, that would have been a perfect return of the character, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah, so Lena's kind of shocked. Lena's kind of saying, Lena kind of the SAT, you applied for the SAT? And he says, yeah. So anyway. So anyway, yeah. So they do. So yeah. So Aaron meets AJ. AJ meets Aaron for the first time, and basically he's like, "So you do exist," and she's like, "He's joking." So they basically talk about the whole. Yeah. So AJ was kind of telling Callie to stay out of this whole Kyle business, but we all know Callie. I would be surprised if AJ's head was like thinking, Callie, I told you to stay out of this, but you keep. Why can't you stay out of this? Like I'm not surprised AJ's thinking that because he told Callie to leave this alone. But look what Callie's doing. She's not leaving this alone. He told her to. She didn't listen, and I feel like AJ's thinking that. But anyway, yeah. So Lena's like, and Steph's like, "Hey, can you look into Kyle's case?" But she's like, "Yeah, anytime, but not only his birthday. You can say Aaron," but he's like, no, I better go. And she's like, well, you better go on the dance floor. So, yeah. So anyway, like, Steph was trying to create this, like, thing for Noah's, for trying to create this thing for, for Lena's birthday, but Mariana was too busy with the robot that she's doing to help Steph. Now, Steph basically goes to Jude, and Taylor's like, hey, I know someone to help. And they're like, who? Noah. So basically, Noah comes and basically helps Jude until Taylor gets a text about Connor coming back to San Diego. And Jude has to say about how he and Connor were dating until they broke up because he moved to San Diego. And Jude basically looks Connor up on Facebook and basically learns that Connor came back to San Diego because he has a new boyfriend. So Jude decides to take a picture of Connor and decides to use a picture of Taylor and Connor, Jude and Noah together, of him and Noah together, and post on Facebook saying that they're in a relationship. Because Jude later explains that he doesn't want that he doesn't want Connor thinking that he's moving around being sad about him or whatever. And Jude and Noah's like, hey, he hates social media. And he's like, why? Because he doesn't think that people like that a pastor's son is openly gay. So basically, he's like, Noah's like, hey, if you're going to say that they're boyfriends or whatever, just ask them out first. And he's like, do you want to go out sometime? He's like, good. So, yeah, I guess Joa is moving along. So anyway, yeah. So Lena, so they're like, Lena, you're under arrest for being too hot. And basically strips off and basically does this weird dance from Lena, which I'm gonna skip because it was too weird for me. It's probably going to be you guys to explain. So yeah, so that basically wraps up this episode of Fosters. Okay, so this episode was pretty good. We got Lena's birthday, guys. Lena's birthday. 44-year-old Lena. Yeah. So We've had Jesus and Marion's birthdays, Brandon's birthdays, Callie's birthdays, Jude's birthdays. Where's Steph's? Where's Steph's birthday? I don't think in this entire season, or this entire show, if I remind myself, we ever saw Steph's birthday. Why they have? If they had a birthday for the entire family, they had one for Mariana, Jesus, Callie, Jude, Brandon, Lena. No Steph, like writers, not writers, but the people who work on the show. They never did a birthday episode for our favorite cop. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you next. The Fosters.